Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing. In today's video we're headed to Roper Mountain, third mile with, it says medium banking, but if you take a look at the shape, that is a bit of an odd shape, a bit of an egg-shaped track. This will be my first time at this track as well, but before we get there, we got some work to do in the garage and our tires are showing up as worn out. And again, as we talked about in the last video, still a lot I don't quite understand about how the condition goes down quite that much. I'm assuming it was the fact that we hit the wall, but as I said, it would stand to reason that your chassis and suspension would have also been damaged as much or more than the tires, but doesn't really matter. Either way, we're going to make those repairs and get all brand new parts, or at least fully repaired parts all over the car. So not a whole lot of money to spend, $100, which is a little bit more than we have been spending on the suspension, but still very little to worry about there. All right, so that's going to put us at 9,800. And so our next, just as a reminder for myself, $12,320 will be the amount we will need in order to purchase what will likely be our final tire upgrade for quite some time. So we are right there at it. In fact, after this very next race, we should be really close. And of course, depending on our finishing position. So I think everything back in excellent condition and we're ready to head to the track. Practice and qualifying now in the books, and I must say this track is a blast. It is an odd shape, as we talked about, much more of an egg shape than traditional oval, but the graduated banking in the corners makes it very interesting to drive. Should make for some very fun racing. You can see our goal time in practice, 13:57. We easily beat that by almost a full second, and then qualifying was even better than that. So we're starting off in pretty good shape. We qualified 19th overall. That puts us in heat race number 3. Let's get to it.
Welcome to heat 3. Remember, the top 5 finishers move on to the A main.
That's right, and we are starting in 5th. So we're right where we need to be. Let's see what kind of speed we've got. And also, very interesting to find out what groove the AI run. Do they run higher up on the track with more banking? Or do they run lower on the track where it's much flatter, but it's, of course, a shorter way around? Alright, to start with, it looks like these guys are, for the most part, going down to the bottom, which is bad for me because that's kind of where I wanted to run.
Only 2 more to go, folks.
Alright, 2 more laps. We're in 5th. I don't see 6th position behind us. That's a good thing. A very good thing.
One more time around the track.
Alright, final lap. Just try to bring it home in one piece. You can see the top 4 definitely pulling away from us there. Alright, heat race in the books. We come home 5th, which makes us directly transfer into the A main.
It's time for the event you've all been waiting for. It's time for the A main. Good luck out there.
I am really enjoying this track. I mean, the scenery, the atmosphere, this is really neat. I particularly like all of the area in the corners before you get to the wall. That could be very helpful. But we're going to hope that that is not needed for us in this race. We're going to hope to get through here incident-free if at all possible. Oh, look out. Alright, so some minor contact there at the start, which is totally expected at this point. Alright, we got some guys surfing all the way up to the top.
All proceeds from today's racing action go directly back into the track for improvements.
Oh, we got a guy bumping on us, going into the corner. So yeah, there's stuff going on all over the place here.
Really flying out there.
Guys trying to get by us on the high side, guys trying to get under us. And I think I'm seeing the leader coming through. After only 4 laps, that is blazingly fast. Okay, so no, that one's actually for position. I think there's one more guy down there. but I haven't seen him, so we're just going to go ahead and run our line and see what happens. Hopefully we don't have any contact. But I do see some leaders coming.
That's a solid lap.
Yeah, here they come. Or at least, again, I think that's who it is because they're running pretty quick. Alright, so once again, I'm going to take to the top. Yeah, there they go, 1 and 2. So they've got a little bit of a lead over third place right now.
It is time to go with only a handful remaining.
All right, a handful of laps to go. We've been lapped, I believe, once. Is that right? That's the only time I remember the leaders coming by. I'll put it that way. Yeah, because there comes 5th and 6th. By us there, 7th. And we're sitting here in 18th position. Yeah, this track is so much fun. I can't wait till we've got more of a car to race with these guys. This is going to be a blast.
It's the last lap. Go get them. Good luck.
All right, last lap. Still sitting here in 18th position, and really nobody behind us at this point making any pressure. And oh, we picked up a spot there to 17th. I didn't realize that was for position. Wasn't really paying attention to that. So 17th place. This is, I'm getting way too excited about this at this point. I didn't expect to be up this high after making those changes to increase the tires and not really worry about the suspension and chassis anymore. But this is a very pleasant surprise. All right, so 17th position. Let's go ahead and move on through the standings so we can find out how much money we made. All right, here we go. $1,200. What does that give us for a total? Okay, so now we're back to the roughly $2,200 that we have been bringing home. The good news is our merch sales went up to $4. So we're selling now a couple of mugs, maybe some pens and papers or something. But $4, we're going to take it. That will continue to grow, and that's going to be a lot of fun as we get up through the series, and that amount of money grows exponentially over what it is now. So $2,163. We'll now move on and see what kind of car condition we come out with. All right, so you can see with that $2,202 added to our account, we're now sitting at a total of $12,038. Most importantly, we got credit for moderate driving. Again, I'm not sure why it was moderate. We didn't have very much of any contact in that race. A little bit at the beginning, but really minor overall. Tires are still sitting at 13 of 19. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that contact with the wall is what harmed the tires, even though it didn't harm really anything else on the car. So we're going to lose a little bit of performance, and we'll have some repairs that we'll need to do before the next race. But overall, I think we came through here quite well, and of course, most importantly, had a ton of fun in the race. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more career mode gameplay of Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing.